Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. Jumping on camera right now to talk about this new expanded deluxe estate sale edition of the new Tyler, the Creator album, Call Me If You Get Lost. 7 full songs and an intro, to be exact. So it's not exactly an entire full record or anything like that, but it's enough material to be, I guess, substantial in a way. And I figured even if it's hard to kind of make a full formal review out of just a deluxe edition of a record, I did want to come on here and talk about these tracks because they're actually really good. Many of them as good, if not better, than some of the core songs on Call Me If You Get Lost. So let's go through it. The first full-length track in this expanded edition is the song Stuntman featuring Vince Staples. The most attention-grabbing thing about this track is right off the bat, we have a kooky beat. It's a real kooky one. Vince sounds great on the front end, just laced into all of these wild synth leads and sinister chord progressions. And what Tyler is trying to do and say on this track is illustrate what his idea of stunting or flexing actually is. It's not about showing up with the biggest chain or the fattest wad of cash. It's about having style, perspective, personality. He illustrates the way that separates him from others in his field. The big hits of group vocals on the chorus also sound fantastic. And all around, this track is a bop and a banger. The following What a Day shows more of an introspective side of Tyler. There are at least a few examples of him doing that in this deluxe batch of tracks. In this instance, he's going on a lot about work and stress and his past kind of getting to him. Plus, he admits to suppressing a lot of needs and desires, maybe stuff that he's wanting to do to sort of fill a void or take his mind off things. He gets a bit into some antisocial behavior too, or at least paints himself as somebody who's less likely to have a bunch of yes men surrounding him or people whose sole purpose is just to like validate him. Though on top of that, he does come across as just feeling like generally annoyed by people being in his vicinity. On the instrumental end, we have some serene keys, laid-back beat, really eerie vocal chops too. It's moody, but it goes hard. The following Wharf Talk seems to be a favorite among many fans, but it's kind of a non-starter for me, mostly because the A$AP Rocky feature is really scant, and the pitched sung vocals throughout the track just feel a little too off. While I understand them not being completely on pitch a lot of the time with sort of the appeal of them on Igor, for example, and I did like them in that context, obviously, because that is a great record, but they just feel maybe a bit too out of bounds on this one. But the following Dogtooth I thought was a great single, a great first taste, really a munch anthem on the chorus. But deeper into the verses, Tyler kind of uses this very glamorous and impeccable beat that he has here to just kind of brag more and set himself mentally apart from a lot of his competition. A lot of the same Stuntman vibes carrying over on this track once again, but again, smoother in terms of demeanor and delivery this time around. Heaven to me has been at the point of a little bit of controversy because apparently Ye produced this one, and we all know that he's not exactly in great standing with a lot of people right now. Beyond that, I wouldn't really say there's much else about the track that would cause anyone to bat an eye. Quite the opposite, actually, because despite all of Tyler's hot air about being big and bad and hating annoying people and not wanting a bunch of people around him that he doesn't want, and in addition to that, just being like this super successful lone wolf type figure. Yeah, a lot of the bars on this track are about having a woman in your life who you have kids with, and your family's there, and it's really idyllic situation. They're watching the kids. You're going to the opera with your significant other. You're healthy at 40. Different sections of Tyler's bars on this track are going into his past, his present, or this idyllic future. So yeah, again, despite all of that very aggressive energy that Tyler can put out there sometimes, he's actually a big old softy, and it's cute, cute, cute. Plus those haunting vocal chops throughout the track. Just lovely. Boyfriend, Girlfriend, the 2020 demo that was tossed into this batch of tracks. Yes, the beat is a little rough with it being a demo, I suppose, but the YG feature on it is really hype, and it's actually one of the catchiest tracks of the bunch. I don't know what drove Tyler to essentially just leave the track in this state, but it is a very groovy piece of bisexual pop rap with a G-funk twist. A cool key change toward the end as well. It's like really another freaking anthem in the batch here. I know I'm saying the obvious here and probably something that's been said a million times at this point, but it's crazy that Tyler's leftovers are better than some people's, like, you know, core albums. Then there's Sorry Not Sorry, which is a pretty defining finisher for this expanded edition of the record. Really one of the most telling songs about Tyler, because I think this is like the most accurate character portrait that you get of him on the record, because I think internally he does actually regret, in a sense, the ways in which he's conducted himself in the past, be it in the public eye, be it in the lanes of love and romance, where on this track he describes his difficulties with connecting, intimacy, ghosting people, sort of like moving on with his life when he felt it was necessary, feeling like he had to hide aspects of his sexuality in the past too. But by that same token, he's still very much a self-preservationist, and he's always going to do what is best for his survival and success in that very moment of time, which is where the not sorry portion of the sorry not sorry thing comes in. He goes on to even apologize for being pretentious. But yeah, there's a really huge instrumental on the back end of this track too. Some weepy, wheezy, woozy string kiss soul chops all over this track. Really the most epic and cinematic cut of the bunch, and I think a fantastic finish to this extra batch of songs on the record. Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain too much about this batch of tracks. Tyler really treated us in this expanded edition, and it's amazing. It's fantastic. Obviously appreciate his generosity here, and looking forward to whenever he decides to drop another full-length project, because, man, he's on a streak. And the fact that the extras here are so fire is just a confirmation of how strong the streak currently is. So yeah, loving this batch, loving this bunch. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are thinking about these cuts. And you're the best. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Tyler the Creator. Call me if you get lost. Estate sale forever.